Hi everybody, I am doing an update on my carnivore and my using castor oil on my face and in my hair. And mostly my carnivore. I started Dirty Carnivore in August. And so that meant I ate more meat, and I ate a little bit of rice and some carbs, but mostly meat-based diet. Then, and I lost, I think it was 10 pounds just eating the meat base and with a little bit of carbs. I had no longer had any cereal, no longer had any pastas, no potatoes. It was just rice and maybe some corn. Then on September 29th, I went strictly carnivore, and I lost 35 pounds from when I started the dirty to probably 6 weeks in. I lost 35 pounds, and it was inflammation. My hands, I could feel it in my hands, and you can always tell because when you're washing the dishes, I do my dishes by hand, so putting it in that one glass, it slid in. Before I couldn't even get it in there. It was like, and now my hand goes in there with ease. So and in my ankles, so, and my legs, my lower, and I didn't write any bullet points because I wanted to go by my memory of it, because it has helped my mind, it has helped my memory. So my calves used to swell, and I would have to lay back in the recliner chair and put pillows underneath to alleviate the swelling in my calves and ankles. And I weighed 225 pounds. I was on an old scale, and it was very disappointing because when I bought the digital scale, and I had been posting videos of my weight loss journey, it was 19 pounds off. I was actually 19 pounds heavier than what the old scale that had been in the garage for years was saying. So when I started this journey, I weighed 225 pounds, and I am down to 170 pounds. That's 55 pounds. And my knees and my ankles and my calves no longer swell. The first week, 2 weeks of being on it, my energy just exploded. And I had had this channel for a while, and so I decided I wanted to get outside. I wanted to work, I wanted to move, because I've been an athlete all my life, so my body, you could say, have been trained to very active playing softball, playing basketball, playing football, and all that, and just very active, gymnastics, cheerleading. Um, so it made sense to me that my body needed to move, even if it wasn't sports anymore. But I wasn't moving. I was sitting. I didn't want to do anything. I didn't want to go out. I didn't want to do anything. When I'd go to work, I would work and I was fine while I was at work. But when I got home from work, I could barely get out of my car. That's how bad a shape I was in. And then I quit sugar and my hands, and I quit it cold turkey, so I don't suggest quitting carbs and sugar cold turkey. Taper off, because my hands broke out, cracked, my feet broke out and cracked. It was painful, and I don't go to doctors. I haven't been to a doctor since I had my twins, and they're 37 years old, so I just don't do doctors. Ever since I was a kid, I hated the way it felt in those places. I hated those places. I hated them. So I've never been the type to go to the doctor, and I always tell people God is my doctor. Yes, He is. God has watched over me through a lot. I had carried my twins over. They were both almost 7 pounds. Joanne was healthy. Eric was healthy. He has just watched over me my whole life. And I've always thought of Him as Him being my doctor. I give it all to Him. He has watched over me and taken care of me and led me to the right places. And I know in my heart and soul He led me to the carnivore diet, because I couldn't even lift my leg to put my pants on without having to hold on to something. Getting up from the ground was just not a thing without having to get on my knees or having to have help. I was in so much pain, and like I said, my calves would swell and my feet would swell, and I just felt terrible. I felt terrible. So I started the carnivore. I went on strict carnivore September 29th, and I've had a few. When I quit coffee and I quit stevia, and that kind of, I think, dropped my blood sugar or did something, so I ate a tortilla and a piece and some cheese. Now, that's very low carbs. And on my birthday, I had a baked potato. I mean, I've had a few carbs since starting this journey, but very little. I drink more water now, but the energy I felt was just amazing. So I got out and started working on the 5 acres and cleaning it up, and that's when I started my YouTube channel. I wanted to, started posting on it. I had started it a while back, and that's when I started documenting what I was doing on the land and my weight loss journey. And I don't suggest anybody follow what I'm doing. It has to be your journey. I'm just sharing my journey with you. I had tried other things, nothing worked. But the most important thing was that the carnivore did was help my mind. It got me outside. It got me moving again. It got me feeling so much better that I wanted to get things done. It was just amazing what it had done for me. And was just going to do it 90 days. I thought, no, I'm going to do it in 90 days. And all I eat is the beef, the bacon, the eggs, the butter, and some chicken, and some salmon. And I feel amazing. I got into a size 36 pants. But look, there's no will, just live. Oh, it felt so good to fit into these pants today. And I have a pair of overalls because the clothes don't lie. Because ladies, the clothes don't lie. And that's what I go by mostly. So I then decided to measure my waist. When I first started, it was at 49. And I'm down to 36. And I don't worry about, I'm not the type. I know you see a lot of carnivore videos and they're measuring this, they're measuring that, they're going in for certain tests, and I don't do that. I'm not a test person. I'm not going to the doctor. I would go if it was an emergency. It would have had to be a dire emergency. But I don't do any of that. I go by how my body feels. Like after being on carnivore and eating the baked potato, you kind of feel automatically your nose and your sinuses start getting inflamed. So those you want to keep out. You can introduce foods back in slowly, but you really need to stick with mostly meat-based carnivore diet, the proper human diet. And then like the flour tortilla and the cheese, that didn't bother me at all. I took cheese and dairy, besides the butter and the eggs, out of my diet for a good month. And now I can eat cheese and it doesn't bother me and it doesn't make me gain weight. My weight, when I first started, I was averaging 4 pounds a week, and now I'm down to 1 pound a week. And I have $35 more pounds to go. 30. I would like to weigh 135. So I've got about 35 pounds more to go. And I'm fine with it coming off slow. Because my energy, and I keep going and I keep working and I keep moving, is what's really important here. And the weight is coming off and my mind is better. I don't get angry as easy as I used to, or upset as I used to. I just cannot explain the depth of what this diet has done for me. So, and the castor oil, you can see it in my face. You can see it in my neck. Now I only have, this is almost gone. I have one little thing there when I had 2, and I did have pictures, but I lost pictures on my computer. My computer's been, I don't know what's happened, 2 of them it's happened to, where, I don't know, I got this flashing like this, whatever, and anyway, something's happened to it and it's just gone totally dark. Now the 1 years ago I was able to bring back up, but it had to be brought back up from a factory setting, so I lost all my files. I lost a lot of my videos I had for Val's Creation Studio. I've tried to get it back, it's just black. And I've tried to get it back and I can't. I guess I'm gonna have to take it in because I have a lot of crafting videos that I took off when they started that children's, this for children stuff, you know, and how you could be fined. So I took off a lot of videos instead of, before they had that pick, is this made for children? So anyway, I would like to be able to recover those and post those back up there. And this is my update. I don't know how many days it's been. I started counting the days, but I was off. I was totally off. How I got off, I don't know. So I started counting from September 29th when I went on strict carnivore. And, you know, it really doesn't matter the days. The days aren't going to matter to you because you're going to feel so much better. And there's so many videos out there, and I posted a couple of them on my community page for you to watch. It's worth a try. It's worth a 90-day challenge. Just give yourself 90 days. That's all. 90 days. And then let me know how you feel. You will feel so much better. So this is my update. My light's flashing. It's still recording, but it's flashing. This is my update, and I need to get outside to work because I got a lot to do. Planning is coming. My last frost is probably March 15th, if I remember correctly. So thank you for being here, and consider going on the carnivore for 90 days. Give yourself a 90-day challenge, 30-day challenge. I would say you don't have nothing to lose, but you do. Your weight will start coming off. Your fog in your brain will start saying, bye, see you later. You will see so many improvements. But you have to give up those sugars, and you got to give up those carbs. And then after 90 days, you can introduce, and you're going to have to give up them vegetables. After 90 days, start reintroducing one thing at a time, because a lot of people's problem is the foods that they're eating, the carbs, sugar, and the vegetables. So once you start seeing your pain subside and things start feeling better, after that, give it a good 90 days, and after that, introduce one back in at a time. One back in at a time, and see how that makes you feel. That's what we did when we had our babies. When we started feeding them solid food, we fed them one at a time. You didn't want to feed them 3, because if they had an allergic reaction or some kind of reaction, you would know what it was. So that's what you need to do. Just add one back in at a time. Like I make my own flour tortillas, and I added that back in, and I'm fine with it. There's no feeling in the sinuses or anything else. So the sugar, I pretty much try and stay away from altogether. So you can start introducing that back in, one food at a time, and see if that food, because your body's having a reaction to something you're putting in it. And whether that be the medications or whatever the case may be. And you can figure it out. But I promise you, you will feel better. Just give it a try. I felt better. And like the castor oil on my face, it's been 30 days now, and see those little things, and you can look back on the video, those little floops, they're gone. They're going. And it's working well too. And I put it on my stretch marks because I have a map of the whole world on my tummy from after my twins. They were my last pregnancy. So, and it's helping there. I put it in my belly button. I put it on my face mostly. I put it in my hair, and I leave it for about an hour, and then I wash it out. And my glands, I've noticed here, my glands in you, that's what causes a lot of that. What you see when your neck is getting, is the glands there. And the glands are going down, and your thyroid's right in there, and it's just, it's done what it said it claims to do. So I'm going to stick with the castor oil too. So I'm going to end this video here and say thank you again. And I hope you join me on my carnivore journey. And I would love to come join you on your carnivore journey. Your pathway to a better health and better lifestyle and feeling amazing energy. I love you. Hugs and blessings to you always, and I will see you later. Bye.